A partnership between an animal shelter and a state prison in Northumberland County has changed the lives of hundreds of dogs and dozens of inmates.
As Newswatch 16's Ali Gallo shows us, these rescue dogs otherwise wouldn't have been given a second chance, and the lives of the inmates who trained them are forever changed too.
You get to see them go somewhere that we don't get to go.
Here inside the State Correctional Institution, Cole Township, a handful of inmates on this block have what they believe to be the most important and the most rewarding job at the prison. Right now, there are 8 who are dog handlers.
Actually, at first, I didn't want to do it. I was really nervous about it because I saw inmates as inmates and not as human beings.
About 30 minutes from the prison in Cole Township is Mommy and Me Rescue, a nonprofit, no-kill animal shelter in Mount Carmel. For the past few years, the rescue in Northumberland County has partnered with the prison in what they call the FIDOS program, which stands for Fostering and Improving Dog Obedience and Survival.
It's pretty awesome, to be honest with you. I mean, you come into this business, and you're not really sure what to expect, but when you see that what you're doing here actually has an effect on people, a positive effect, it brings a good feeling to you, and I think a lot of staff relate to that.
The dogs that enter the prison program are dogs that may not have otherwise been able to be adopted because of their past. Some stay about 4 to 6 weeks, others a lot longer, depending on the training the dog needs. Each dog is paired with an inmate, and the inmate works with the dog until it is ready to be adopted out.
They're both benefiting from it. It takes 2 beings that kind of were on the dark side of the road and moves them into the light, and that's what's really important to us.
The prison won't allow us to show the faces of inmates, but one of the handlers we spoke to has been involved with the program since it began nearly 9 years ago. He's seen dozens and dozens of dogs find their forever homes. Right now, he's working with 2-year-old Ranger. A year ago, before coming to Mommy and Me and the prison, Ranger was considered to be unadoptable and was going to be put down. His first few weeks here at the prison, inmates say he was completely wild, an escape artist, breaking out of the block, running through the halls. But now it is like he is an entirely new dog, and his handler says Ranger has a nice, long life ahead of him.
They give unconditional love back to you, and I know you hear that a lot from animal lovers, but in here it's different. It changes the atmosphere. All the guys like being on the block. Everybody wants to feed the dogs.
Since the start of the FIDOS program almost a decade ago, about 700 dogs have been adopted out, getting the second chance they probably wouldn't have if it weren't for the inmates here at SCI Cole Township. The dogs live with the handlers in their cells 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The handlers spend all of their days training the dogs, socializing them, and turning their lives around.
It taught me a lot of patience, responsibility, and brought a lot of structure.
Just balancing my time, discipline, obviously the emotional balance of it, it's a different pace from the rest of the jail.
And in return, the dogs turn the lives of the inmates around too. Some may never get out of here, but for those who do, oftentimes they find jobs working with and caring for animals. Kalinowski says she has received countless letters from inmates over the years, thanking her for giving them this second chance. She says even the inmates who live on this block who aren't handlers have found a new sense of calmness and happiness.
It confirms everything I ever thought about dogs, I always felt it myself that dogs really, they're their unconditional love, and they don't care what you've done or who you are. They will support you.
Good boy.
In some way.
Once the handlers believe a dog is ready to find its forever home, rescue workers at Mommy and Me coordinate the entire adoption process. Then new dogs are brought into SCI Cole Township, and the process starts all over again. Ali Gallo, Newswatch 16, Northumberland County.